Do you want us to do some science pointing also?
Hi, I'm Dr. Samantha Sherman. I'm a senior lecturer at Deakin.
I'm Louisa Graf. I'm a PhD candidate at Deakin University.
I run the Movement, Ecology and Management of Elasmobranchs lab, elasmobranchs being sharks and rays. We focus on all aspects of shark and ray biology, ecology, and management. At Deakin Marine, our lab is currently building a project to tag and track all of the mesopredatory sharks in Port Phillip Bay. So we go out on the boat, set long lines, and then we insert tags so we can see how they're using the bay.
My PhD focuses on creating a comprehensive ecological profile on the southern fiddler ray. The southern fiddler ray is quite a common species in Port Phillip Bay, but we don't know much about their ecology, specifically how they use the bay and what they're eating. I think a good supervisor acknowledges the way that everybody learns differently and the learning doesn't look the same for everyone. And I think Sam does a really good job at that. She helps me and the way my brain works.
Louisa is super enthusiastic and really welcoming, so everyone that joins the lab, she's always really helpful with getting them up and going and just a really positive influence around the lab. Our research aims to find out about the ecology of the sharks and rays in Port Phillip Bay. It's a heavily used bay impacted by shipping, fishing, and recreation, and will also be impacted by climate change. What we don't know is how the resident mesopredatory sharks and rays are currently using the bay and interacting with each other. As new species are brought down with warming waters due to climate change, the ecosystem will shift, but if we don't know how it's currently behaving, we won't know what those changes might be. So Louisa's PhD is answering a part of that puzzle, and that will be incorporated into the other species of sharks and rays that we're tagging and monitoring to get the overall ecology of all of the resident sharks and rays in Port Phillip Bay.